Welcome to the online version of our annual Global Street Party. I'm Khalil King, a 2019 graduate of the Mass Comm department here at Emory and Henry College, and I'm excited to be emceeing this evening's event. The theme for this year's event is Appalachia's place in the world, and we're excited to be introducing some of our more diverse neighbors right here in Emory and Henry's corner of Appalachia. To get us started, we have Dr. Kiah telling us what this exact theme means to the Emory and Henry community.
Hi everybody, it's Dr. Kiah, and I'm really excited to be here today. As Director of the Office of International Education, I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 Emory and Henry College Global Street Party. The purpose of this annual event is to recognize and appreciate our interconnectedness with individuals and communities all over the world. This year, we're partnering with the Alumni Office as part of Virtual Homecoming, as well as with the Anti-Racism Initiative to sponsor this event. And though we can't be in person this year, we're happier than ever to learn more about the diversity within our own community by staying close to home and highlighting local businesses and organizations. We've also engaged alumni and friends from across the globe to help us to celebrate the rich diversity in our place of Appalachia. So thank you for joining us and celebrating with us the cultures and traditions close to home, and also our connections with the rest of the world. I'm really glad you're joining us.
Thanks, Dr. Kiah. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know that I am at a business in Bristol that is owned and operated by family that went to Emory and Henry College. East on Moore Street is owned and operated by Mark and Lisa Canty. Lisa grew up in Glade Springs, which is right up the road from Emory and Henry. Here they serve soul food. In a second we'll be able to display that, and I'll give him a chance to introduce the business and themselves.
Hello folks, I'm Emory and Henry. My name is Mark Canty, owner and operator of East on Moore Street restaurant in Bristol, Virginia. We have exclusively great southern food, commonly called soul food. We have Jamaican jerk chicken, collard greens, we have cornbread, soup beans, we have fried catfish, baby back ribs, barbecue. We have some of the best from scratch food in this whole area.
Hey guys, you heard it first. I'm excited for you to get the opportunity to come and check out this food, as they are open and operating during a time that is unusual, but the food is delicious. Next up, let's hear from alumni that know a thing or two about a global perspective.
Hey Global Street Party, my name is Eric Long. I graduated in 1991 from Emory and Henry College, and I just finished the ACM Awards last night here at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. And I wanted to do a shout out for those of you. I heard the theme this year is getting out in the world, and I want to make sure you guys know that it's possible. I graduated from Emory and Henry in '91. Traveled the world literally with people. I majored in French. And got out, and now I'm actually here in Nashville. I live in Los Angeles, so it's possible and it's fun. So make it happen, everybody.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everyone, my name is Sam Mungai. I'm an alumni of the class of 2020. I'm from Geneva, Switzerland, but I am currently in the United Kingdom doing my master's in international journalism. You may be asking yourself sometimes, why is it important to study abroad? Or in this case, why is Dr. Kiah and everyone telling me to study abroad? The reason why they're asking you to study abroad is because they want to broaden your horizons within your majors. So take for instance, when I took part in one of the programs they offered, and that was to go to France to study at the University of Picardie Jules Verne. That's in Amiens, that's in the northern part of France. It really gave both of my majors, which at the time was mass communications and French, more depth within the global context. And to be honest with y'all, it really made me enjoy what I was studying even more, because I was able to connect what I did within the United States to a francophone environment, which at the end solidified my love for international broadcasting. That's one of the points. Second of all, you really get to meet a lot of people from all over the world. Like some of my best friends came from Greece, Spain, Belarus, heck, even Russia. It was so amazing, and you get to share the different memories that you made together. Like for me, one of the memories I forever will remember is when I got scammed in an open market to buy 11 pounds of bananas. How? I don't know, but it was hecka hilarious, and I still, me and all my friends still speak about it till today. So, other than the major side of what you're studying, but also the friendship side, also the last side, it gives you more self-confidence. So like I wasn't really self-confident when I went to France, but after my study abroad in France, I felt super self-confident in tackling anything um, when it comes to like throwing myself into an unknown country and figuring my way out. So yeah, my encouragement to you guys is really go for it, and hopefully you have the same memorable experience I did. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye, or as we say in French, au revoir.
Hi everybody, I'm Sunday Herring, class of 97. And I'm actually here with my husband, Dave Herring, class of 98. And we live in Charleston, South Carolina, where I work for the American Cancer Society, and he works for Renaissance South Construction. And we are just really happy to share some of our experiences. I went to University of Kent at Canterbury my junior year. When I was at Emory and Henry, I studied there for 10 months and did the junior abroad program, which was amazing. And I was a history major, so I was able to really do a deep dive into the British history, which is one of my great loves, and meet amazing people and make lifelong friendships and get to know the culture there in ways that you just never will if you're just there for a vacation. After I came back, Dave and I actually got married, and then we went to do the Peace Corps together, and we were in Suriname, South America. I actually have some of the wooden arch pieces from Suriname behind me. We lived there for 27 months, and we lived in a rural Amerindian village right along the cusp of the Amazon jungle. And I can't say enough about that either. It was truly a life-changing experience, and I just want to encourage you, if you're on the fence about traveling or doing the Peace Corps or something like that, to just go ahead and do it. You're only going to get this opportunity in your life where you're freed up the way you are right now once, and so go for it. The Peace Corps, I would say the things that really stood out for us as reasons why you should do it are, it broadened our horizons. It was a chance to do public service in a really authentic way and give back and gain a greater understanding. I think that external perspective on the United States is really important and greatly needed right now. And then, of course, it's fun to learn a language, even if you learn a language like ours that only 200,000 people speak in the world, like Strana and Tango. So have a great rest of your college career, and I hope you'll consider traveling abroad, because I think you'll get far more than you ever give.
Wow, guys, those are some great stories about the impact of working and studying abroad, and I hope they're really inspiring some of you to start planning your time abroad. After all of this quarantine and crazy stuff kind of settles down a little bit, it will truly be a great time to get back in the world and to explore. And if you need any help planning this process, the Office of International Education is a great help and resource. Please lean on them for planning these trips. Now I want to welcome our president, Dr. John Wells, to talk to us a little bit about the importance of an international perspective.
Welcome, friends, to Emory and Henry's annual Global Street Fair. This year, as you can see, we're celebrating a bit differently. but we're observing this occasion with a continued devotion to diversity and inclusion and to international education. This year, we're also focusing on diversity in Appalachia. We do this knowing the important role it plays in a future of greater equity and inclusion. Those of us who love this college know it is a place dedicated to enlightenment that can transform the world. We are also a college committed to work that makes a difference. E&H alumni living throughout the world are drawn together by this mutual understanding, and we delight in knowing that the ties that bind our increasingly diverse college community are the same forces that can unite the globe. We have that power. But we also have much work to do that requires every hand and every good heart. Now, however, is a time for celebration. So let us celebrate by reflecting on the love we have for one another and the potential we have to change the world.
Thanks, Dr. Wells. Hey guys, I'm tuning in from Abingdon at the Farmers Market with our very own Treva Randall, known as Miss Treva, a favorite around campus. You may know Miss Treva, see her around, but you may not know that she has her very own little business here. I'll let her tell you more about it. All I can tell you is that I am a user of her products, and my skin is glowing as a result.
Hello, very nice for you all to be here today. I just want to discuss that I've been making bath and body products for almost 15 years now. I've been here at the Abingdon Farmers Market for nearly 14, and I began making products because I moved from being in a humid environment to a dry climate here in Abingdon, Virginia. And then I kind of evolved into like learning how to make lotions and bath bombs and natural deodorants. And if you're ever out in the area, you may want to try one of my favorites, and that's a sea moss soap. The sea moss soap will have your face glowing. It has like 92 minerals in that bar of soap. So good for your skin, very moisturizing, and you will never just go back to just an average bar of soap that you thought was moisturizing for your skin.
Thank you so much for telling us a little bit about your business, Miss Treva. You're awesome. And you all can find her products at her website, bohicketapothecary.com. Also, keep in mind, you can save on your shipping costs by having her deliver the products to the cafe. Now, we want to introduce and hear from some of our other alumni that have traveled the world. Man, who knew Emory got around like this?
Hey guys, my name's Kane Landreth.
And I'm Jamie Roy.
It's our son Cal. We graduated E&H in '09, and then after that got the luxury of going to go teach English in Shanghai, China for about a year. Too much to say in 30 seconds about that experience. My advice to you, if you get the chance to study abroad or travel or do anything, it's well worth the money. Do it. You're going to come back with a different perspective. It's going to be life-changing. So my big advice is to do it.
And then we chose to move back to where Kane grew up in Western North Carolina, close to Asheville. We felt that we could contribute a lot from our living in China and traveling to other countries while we lived over there. And we could bring back a new perspective on culture, faith, just various ways of living that if you just stay where you grow up, you wouldn't get the opportunity. So we're very thankful, and our goal is to share that with our son one day. So thanks for having us.
Thanks guys.
Greetings, good people of Emory and Henry. Chris Burnett, class of 2008 Emory and Henry alumni. Heard there's a global street party, so figure we check in from one of the greatest cities, well, at least pre-COVID, New York City, for the global street party. Appalachia's place in the world. Appalachia grew a little bit. Appalachia's city now. This is what it looks like. I spent 5 years at Emory and Henry, minored in Spanish, majored in business. Got to work at one of the largest insurers in America. I give a lot of thanks to my education down south, which is awesome. But also my traveling. I've been to 38 countries since I graduated school, and I think the cultures that I interacted with, the people I got to meet with and have tea with and beers, were great in just shaping my worldview of how we're all the same. We just want to feed our families, be loved, be seen and heard. And when someone will take the time to sit and hear someone, hear their story, hear their random anecdote about a time that they were in school or whatever the case may be, it helps grow the way you see people in your day-to-day, at home, or someone who's other. I think the world could use a lot more of that. So it's interesting when you travel around the world, it's like, what's Appalachia's place in the world? It's wherever you want it to be. We're born in a small portion of the world, from East Charlotte, North Carolina. Doesn't mean that's the only place I have to see and experience in life. So maybe think about studying abroad, maybe think about relocating to somewhere new once you graduate, but definitely take your party global. It's the only way to do it. There's a lot of world out there. It's pretty beautiful.
Hi, I'm Katie Pratt. Greetings from Radcliffe, Camera. I was an Emory and Henry student who graduated in 2019 and was able to take part in 2 different study abroad trips to Cuba and to the UK. I definitely encourage studying abroad, as I'm now actually here for my master's degree. Studying abroad can be a little scary, but it's definitely a good experience. Best of luck for all of you.
Now might be a good time for a little bit of music. We're so fortunate to have alumni involved in a million different things, 2 of which are in a really popular band you might have heard of, Annabelle's Curse. And here today to introduce their new music video is the band's guitarist, Zach Edwards, and his brand new baby daughter, Dylan.
Hi, my name is Zach Edwards, and I graduated from Emory and Henry College in 2011 with a BS in Environmental Studies and a BA in Geography. I live in Abingdon, Virginia with my wife, Carly, and bandmate, and our daughter, Dylan. I work for Virginia Tech Conservation Management Institute, and actually am using my degree delivering stream restoration projects as a part of the Southeastern Hellbender Conservation Initiative. When I was at Emory, I met my current bandmate and fellow Emory alum, Tim Kilborn, and started the band Annabelle's Curse. Over the course of the past decade, we've played hundreds of shows, released 5 full-length albums, grown our 2-piece into a full-on 6-piece, and ground truth the country in old passenger vans. In years past, we've been able to be a part of the Global Street Fair, performing live, but due to coronavirus, we're not playing live music. But to bring you the next best thing, we would like to share with you our new music video for our song Bell Out. Hope you enjoy.
One of us has a cold heart. We're a predatory culture living in our bubbles. We detract from one another at the first sign of trouble. And the people in charge act like greedy children. And the kids are no longer safe behind the walls of their religions. Excuse me, did I say too much? People quit speaking the truth and such long ago. We hide behind our screens, our windowsills. If you don't stand up now, oh well. There's a line in the dirt. We could do better. How could we do worse? We could do better. How could we do worse? We've taken on some water, but there's time to bail it out for the sense of urgency to take the swiftest route. Let's get back to solid ground. Safe and sound.
Y'all, that was a brand new video. Make sure to check out their new album. Now we're gonna hear from a pretty cool couple that will explain the name of their food truck, Appalachia. Turns out their food is actually a cross between Pakistani culture and Appalachian culture. Check it out.
Hey there, my name is Caitlin and this is Mohsen. We are co-owners of the Appalachian Food Truck based out of Abingdon, Virginia. So we'll dive right into it. I am from Castlewood, actually, so I'm from Russell County. Mohsen's from New Jersey, but he's ethnically Pakistani. We created a food truck when we got married. And so we are going to dive into just the base of any, Pakistani dish, which is a masala.
So this is what home means to me. It's a masala. It's the basis of all Pakistani food. It's basically building a sauce with vegetables. So you start by frying onions in any type of oil you want, and you let the onions fry until they get kind of crispy around the edges. You add some garlic, minced garlic, and then you add some flavors like cumin, garam masala, and then you've also got some red chili powder. Turmeric is also a good way to build some flavor. You let that fry in a sauce for how long? What would you say?
Well, you start with the onions first is important. You don't want your garlic to burn. I would say onions for about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you throw in your garlic.
You can add things like ginger, jalapeno, but most importantly, and I think anyone in Appalachia can appreciate this, tomatoes. They can be diced, they can be paste, really whatever you want.
Yeah. If you have tomatoes straight from the garden, that works too.
Just use more if you can, because paste is like a super concentrated tomato. You mix that up, you can add a little water, and then you'll get a sauce that develops.
And then once you have that, you can literally add anything you want to. You can add protein, chicken, whatever it may be. You can add vegetables, and you've pretty much created the basis of your Pakistani dish.
And here's something we made with potatoes called aloo bhuji. We just made our masala, and then we added some diced potatoes, and we were good to go.
Let it cook. Get to the consistency you want, and you're good to go.
Wish we could be there for the festival.
Yeah, we had a really good time
year.
last year. So we hope this helps you a little bit. I know it's like a quick little intro here, but anything you want to start with a Pakistani food, build a masala and go from there. Check us out on any form of social media, just at the Appalachian, and it's good to see you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm now on Main Street in Abingdon at Greco's. Greco's is offering dine-in services as well as pickup during these COVID-19 restrictions, and this menu offers a great change of pace. The owner of Greco's is actually from Egypt, making him part of what makes Appalachia globally diverse.
Hi guys, hope you're all doing good. This is Mustafa from Greco's Grill and Cafe. We actually located in Abingdon, Virginia. and we about to open a new location in Johnson City, Tennessee, at the mall at Johnson City, and hopefully they'll be in November 1st. We serve Greek food, lamb ears from the cone, Greek chicken, chicken souvlaki, salmon, shrimp, steak souvlakis, moussaka, pasticcio, and you can get a Greek salad. You have your meat on the pita or over rice. We open 7 days a week, every day, 11 to 9. We have drive-through, picking up, you dine again, or we have our nice patio outside. I hope you guys come and try us. Thank you.
And here are more greetings from alumni and friends from around the world.
Hey everyone, my name is Zach Triplett and I'm a 2010 graduate of Emory & Henry with a degree in public policy and community service. 10 years after graduating from Emory, I found myself living in San Diego, California, where I'm filming from today. After working for 7 years as a Delta Airlines flight attendant, I decided to move to the forward part of the airplane, and now I'm working as a flight instructor where I teach new pilots how to fly. Growing up in Southwest Virginia, I always wondered what there was outside of Appalachia. I caught the travel bug while studying at Emory when I got a summer job working at a camp in California. Then, in conjunction with one of my professors, I spent the summer between my junior and senior year of college living in Quito, Ecuador. As an Appalachian boy in a country and city where I didn't speak the language, I was immersed in the culture and I had no choice but to adapt, and that's exactly what I did. After going to Ecuador and spending the summer after graduation working in an orphanage in the Dominican Republic, I knew travel was in my blood. But it wasn't the thrill of the next city that I loved the most. It was the people and the experiences I encountered that gave me the drive for more. Traveling for study during college and working in the airline industry after taught me more than just enjoying the scenery, but it taught me how we can fit in with any place that we visit. Having an open mind comes natural to me now. I'm constantly working with folks from different countries that speak different languages and have different needs. And even though I grew up nestled in my holler back in Appalachia, I haven't forgotten where I come from. Each day, I go up in an airplane and I look down on Southern California as I fly around with my students. I think back to my time spent at Emory & Henry, how much it shaped me, and how ultimately my decision to travel, study, and experience new places during my time at Emory ultimately got me to where I am now. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and experience a new place, or make a new friend, or learn something new about another culture. You never know, but those little decisions could ultimately lead to a situation like mine where you end up in a career where I get to do that every single day. Thanks so much for your time, good luck, and take advantage of every opportunity that Emory & Henry puts in front of you.
Hello from Ostros, Greece, which is about an hour and a half southwest of Athens. Monica had asked me to kind of make a little video and talk about why travel was important, and I can only speak to my own experiences. I think I've been traveling really my whole life. I've been super lucky about that, and in my opinion, especially when I come to Greece, traveling is what lets me know I'm alive. When I'm here, all my senses are stimulated at the same time, and how could they not be? I think with a view like this, literally standing here in history right now, and I think again traveling kind of lets you experience things that you could otherwise only imagine when you read history or read about another place. And you come here and you can taste the food, you can smell the different types of horticulture that exist. Depending on the elevation, you'll have different kinds of pine, and springtime, the wildflowers are just something else. Come September, everything smells like figs out here. Beyond that, I think that now more than ever, travel is really necessary because, in my opinion, we live in a world that is seeming ever more and more divided. And I think that traveling is what allows us to kind of sew threads that keep us together. I think an example from school when I was a student at Emory & Henry 500 years ago, we took cross-cultural psychology and we were in Paris, and the French always had this, at least in my time, this stereotype of being snooty and rude and unhelpful. And it was just a big cultural difference, as it turned out. You know, their opinion of, again, back then, their opinion of smiling was like, you know, if you're smiling for no reason, it's foolish. So don't just be a smiley person walking around. And that's a way to look at it. But I think there's a difference between saying, okay, that's different, it is what it is, versus those people are rude. So again, without traveling and kind of experiencing that sort of stuff, I think that we would have these misconceptions that are not founded on anything that's actually substantial. Hopefully that provides some kind of insight that you can take with you. And Monica, I hope that this is what you were looking for.
Hello, my name is Marcelo Leite.
And I am Sandra Leite.
And we are from Brazil. We were Fulbright scholars at Emory in the fall of 2016.
International experiences bring you knowledge about the world's culture. So we encourage you to take international opportunities.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Our E&H students are finding creative ways to enjoy the things that they love doing. So while our marching band can't exactly march right now, they have continued to make great music. So let's enjoy them as they perform music from West Side Story.
Hello everyone, my name is Janae Wright and I am the Secretary for Multicultural Affairs for this year's SGA. I just want to take a brief moment to kind of describe what our goal is as far as diversity, equity, and inclusion this year as an SGA. We are all about creating meaningful, sustainable reform, not just in words, although those are important, but also in action. One of our primary goals is effectively processing and reflecting on the egregious past of Emory and Henry so that we can move forward in the most meaningful way possible. We're going to be looking for students for help, for survey, for data, and for you to share your personal experiences, good and bad, with us so we can work to make Emory and Henry the most inclusive college possible. Thank you all.
Bonjour, hello, my name is Binti Mutomb and I am a sophomore and international student at Emory and Henry College. I am from the Democratic Republic of Congo, but I have lived in a lot of places and recently Harare, Zimbabwe. I'm so excited that we are able to hold the Global Street Party because it's something that I hold very close and dearly to my heart as an international student.
Hi everyone, my name is Noah. I was an exchange student at Emory. Yes, I came from England. I'm enjoying my little cup of tea. Hope you don't mind. I was an exchange student and then I decided to transfer my credits. So I graduated from Emory a couple years ago in 2018. And honestly, no regrets. It was the best thing I ever did. I built relationships with the community, with some local people from Abingdon, Virginia, which is officially my favorite place in America. So now here I am in London, waiting for everything to calm down, and boy, I wish I could come back.
How cool is it that Emory and Henry students travel all over the world to study? And Emory and Henry alumni live all over the world to do their life's work. And so many of these international experiences begin with a little school in Southwest Virginia, in the heart of Appalachia. We have another musical performance provided by our E&H senior Ron Miller. The song is Honeycomb, and the video features a few familiar E&H faces who also took advantage of our study abroad opportunities.
I know a girl, good Christian woman. She's cute, she's woke, she's well spoken. Smart girl, good, great, sweet disposition. And I know in my soul she's golden. She's my honeycomb, my honeycomb, my honeycomb, 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 my honeycomb, my honeycomb, 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 my honeycomb, honeycomb. Wherever you are, wherever you go, just know that holding you is holding home. I know that it can be relentless, and I know you hate the distance, but baby you, please know you're worth it, 'cause I got some news that'll be convincing, 'cause I'm coming home to my honeycomb, 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 my honeycomb, I'm coming home, I'm coming home to my honeycomb, honeycomb. And when I do, just know you know where to find me under the White House, under the pine trees. You honeycomb, my honeycomb, my honeycomb, 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 my honeycomb, my honeycomb, 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 my honeycomb, my honeycomb, honeycomb. Wherever you are, wherever you go, just know that holding you is holding home. So sweet, so sweet, so sweet, so sweet, so sweet, so sweet, so you know where to find me, so sweet, yeah.
We have one more stop before introducing Amethyst Kiah. We're at our favorite spot for Mexican food, El Burrito Loco, right here in Glade Spring, Virginia. They offer a well-spaced dining area as well as a patio for dining, or you can call in and have your food to go. We're so glad to have this place here close to campus, and we hope you'll experience it soon. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the headliner for this event. Amethyst Kiah is from Johnson City, Tennessee, right down the road from Emory and Henry, but she is definitely finding her own place in this world. She was recently nominated for a Grammy Award and won an International Folk Music Award for her song, Black Myself. Rolling Stone magazine has called her one of roots music's most exciting and emerging talents. And if you don't believe all of these people, consider that she has been singing with a group called Native Daughters that just happens to include Rhiannon Giddens. Get ready for a great performance by an Appalachian artist, Amethyst Kiah.
Hey y'all, I'm Amethyst Kiah. I want to say a big hello to all of you at Emory Henry College, and I really appreciate you all letting me be part of your 2020 global party. I think it's incredibly important for all walks of life to be represented in Appalachia and in universities. So thanks again for having me be part of this. Melancholy always seemed to work for me, wistful and uncertain of my dreams. Stardust forms into shapes that never leave, strange and wary they all seem. I'm a ghost in the hall, I ain't in the room. Everywhere I go, impending doom. Spirits does it take to lift a spirit? I don't know, I don't know. 'Cause I bought every spirit and I'm still laying here crying on the floor, on the floor. So can you just leave me be? Being drenched in fire, water won't save me. I'll forsake the path of filth and fleas. Can you just leave me be? Pensive stares are the only crowns I've ever gleaned. So in the dark I find the answers that I need. City lights are the only stars I ever see. How many nights until I finally can breathe? How many spirits does it take to lift a spirit? I don't know, I don't know. 'Cause I bought every spirit and I'm still laying here crying on the floor, on the floor. So can you just leave me be? Being drenched in fire, water won't save me. I'll forsake the path of filth and fleas. Can you just leave? Can you just leave? Can you just leave me be? That one was called Firewater, and it's going to be on my upcoming album entitled Wary and Strange. The title Wary and Strange has been in my head for so many years because that's how I felt. Living in a conservative white Christian area, being a black woman, gender nonconforming, and gay, I was afraid. I was afraid to live authentically and unapologetically. And so I had to work through those feelings and come to a place where that didn't matter to me anymore. So, and Wary and Strange also covered lots of other things too. But that was definitely a part of it. That feeling of feeling othered, of not feeling like my humanity was recognized. And, I've been very fortunate to see so many people and to be open to a whole world of literature and conversation where people clearly understand and know that there's so many dimensions to Appalachia and the people that live here, and it would be a mistake to not have those people represented. So, well, with that, I'll continue on and sing some more songs from that record. This next one actually comes from a songwriting class that I was in several years ago, and I didn't really finish it until I had actually experienced the thing that I was singing about. I guess part of me just felt weird doing that. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I was able to sing the song because this really crappy situation actually happened to me. So anyway, this one's called Ballad of Lost. Every time the wind blows, my mind goes to, my heart keeps on wandering, and my head is in the clouds. When your name slips through my lips, my heart falls through. Don't you know my eyes were brown? Oh, but now they've turned to blue. And I am lost sad shapes turned to dust. Babies, bring me shelter to defeat the pain you cause me. But until then, I'll still be. I am lost. Maybe I have the words blue. I believe that I can forgive. Can I forget? So something I forgot to mention is Amy Ray of the Indigo Girls is actually singing background vocals, which is still weird to say, and I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. But she sang background vocals on Ballad of Lost on my upcoming record, and wow, so incredible, absolutely amazing. She did like 3-part harmony stuff. It sounds so cool. So anyway, I'm excited for you all to hear that when that comes out. But yeah, Ballad of Lost was kind of an interesting an interesting song in that the very thing that actually triggered me to finish the song is tied directly to that feeling of wariness and strangeness. You know, I had just started dating. I didn't start really dating until I was in my late 20s because I'd gone back in the closet, you know, when I moved to Johnson City, because I was afraid that, you know, I wasn't going to be accepted, especially when I started playing old time string band music and playing a lot of different places where a lot of people were like conservative, and I was afraid of like, you know, being out. So I stayed in the closet for like 7 or 8 years. And I had this bad habit of like falling really hard, really fast, because in my mind I was like, oh my God, no one else is ever going to like me. So I have to like keep this person as long as I can. And I did that a few times before I finally like came to my senses. I'm in a very nice, healthy, happy, loving relationship now. And it's been 3 years, and wow, that's the longest a relationship has gone with me. So, and for her too. So I don't feel so alone there. But anyway, things have gotten better. So now, Hangover Blues, which I've already recorded before, but I wanted to re-record for this. It's kind of the anti-Firewater. So where Firewater was about after I stopped doing the party scene because it wasn't fun anymore, because I was using it to escape. This is the beginning stages when I first started dating and I first started like trying to have meaningful personal relationships with people. And I had really bad social anxiety. And so alcohol was the way to kind of like make me, I guess, less anxious, or at least make me think that I could finally talk to people and whatever. Yeah, so this song's just a fun song. Like I said, it's in the very beginning before things got weird. So, Hangover Blues. Woke up this morning did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. And if I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. Yeah. Eyes are like switchblades, breath of cigarettes. Lord knows I'd like to look, but I was scared to death. And I know that my baby had it going on. Yeah. You had my hands and knees and loins shaking, rendered speechless every time. You had my hands and knees and loins shaking, rendered speechless every time. Yeah. And I know that my baby had it going on. And if I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. And if I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. Same damn thing anyhow. Same damn thing anyhow. The song's called Wild Turkey, and it's a song that took me 2 years to write. It's a song about one of the bigger emotional traumas in my life, and it was my mom committing suicide. So the wariness and strangeness that I already felt of, you know, being a black, gender nonconforming lesbian in conservative Bible Belt town, that just added a whole other layer. Because it's like, you know, not understanding the mentality behind suicide, that the person actually thinks that everyone's better off without them. I didn't know that that was the mentality. So in my mind, I was like, wow, so my mom doesn't even love me. My mom doesn't even want to stick around, so why would anybody else? That is what stuck with me in my mind. It's been a struggle to process that and to be able to come out on the other side of that, but I feel like I finally have, in a way, because before I just wasn't really processing my feelings about it at all, and it just added to that feeling of strangeness. But at any rate, this is a song to tell my younger self that, you know, it was okay to be angry and to be sad and to feel hopeless. It was okay to have those feelings, and that I should have talked to somebody about them, and I didn't. But now I have, and things have gotten a lot better. So, yeah, Wild Turkey. Late at night when I feel alone, I cry in darkness, screaming to the unknown, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. Body in water for days and days, hopes for a safe return were hopes in vain, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. When I was 17, I pretended not to care. Stayed numb for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel right again? Tried so hard to be an automaton, body of steel and wired circuits for my backbone, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. Wild turkey in the car seat, the bottle's empty. I hope it gave her some relief, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. When I was 17, I pretended not to care. Stayed numb for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel? I was 17, I pretended not to care. Stayed down for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel? Will I ever feel right again? I've got one more song for you all, and honestly, this is the most confrontational song that I've ever written. I talked a lot about how the perspectives and attitudes of the people that live in the Bible Belt in Appalachia affected me, how I allowed how the mindset and feelings about the people had about people of color and gay people, how those attitudes put me in a state of fear and reclusion and my aversion to being rejected. I talked a lot about how that played a role in my want to not feel rejection. But there's a bigger picture to that. With this last song, it's a song called Black Myself, and it's on a record that I did with Rhiannon Giddens and Layla McCullough and Allison Russell, a project called Songs of Our Native Daughters. And Songs of Our Native Daughters explores the transatlantic slave trade and how it affected Black people and white people. It explores that. The state of race relations in this country and how they've changed and shifted started from somewhere. And it started from a system in which a person of color, a black person, was not seen as equal. And a whole generations of people were convinced of that. And it was legal to treat people that way. So with Black Myself, my attempt was to cover 400 years of history in one song, which was not an easy task. I'm so happy that it's been so well received. I'm so happy that the album has been so well received and that people are ready to understand why race relations in this country are the way that they are. And it starts with the transatlantic slave trade. And that the reason why I felt the way that I felt as a child stemmed from generational trauma from the transatlantic slave trade. The first verse is from the point of view of an enslaved person. The second verse is from the point of view of a person who's no longer enslaved, but is dealing with the repercussions of stigma and attitudes that people have developed about Black people due to the transatlantic slave trade. And the final verse is from my point of view as a person who very much has a lot of privilege. Despite all the emotional turmoil and the things that I've talked about that I've dealt with over the years, I've been in an incredibly privileged position to be able to live the life that I want to live, to be able to live unapologetically, to be able to travel the world and play music. And the opportunities that I've had, I've been so fortunate to be able to have that. And it's because of the shoulders that I'm standing on that I've been able to have what I do have now. Yeah, Black Myself.
Wash my face in the creek, but I'm Black myself. I wanna sweep that down right off her feet, but I'm Black myself. I'm tired of walking around with those shoes on, but I'm Black myself. And your precious God ain't gonna bless me, cause I'm Black myself. Is you washed in the blood of your chattel, cause the lambs ride it away. When they stop shipping work horses, they bred their own anyway. Ooh. I don't pass the test of the paper bag, but I'm Black myself. I pick the banjo up and they sneer at me, cause I'm Black myself. You better lock your doors when I walk by, cause I'm Black myself. You look me in my eyes, but you don't see me, cause I'm Black myself. Is you washed in the blood of your chattel, cause the lambs ride it away. When they stop shipping work horses, they bred their own anyway. Cause I'm Black myself. I go anywhere that I wanna go, cause I'm Black myself. And I'm surrounded by many loving arms, cause I'm Black myself. And I'll stand my ground and smile in your face, cause I'm Black myself. I wash away the blood and tears I've been forgetting. There's no more work horses, but still some work to do. Yeah. Cause I'm Black myself. Oh, cause I'm Black myself. Cause I'm Black myself, Black myself, Black myself, Black myself, Black myself, Black myself.
Well, y'all, this has been an absolute pleasure, and I want to thank Annalee Tull once again for asking me to perform for you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Wow, what a powerful way to finish our time together. Thank you, Amethyst, for your terrific performance. It was energetic and gave us all something to think about. Appalachia is an important place in the world, and this place gives us responsibilities. I think we can do great things together. We also want to thank all of the Emory and Henry alumni that contributed to tonight's event. And we say a special thanks to the businesses that helped us out. And thanks to all the musicians who shared their talents with us tonight. Annabelle's Curse, the Emory and Henry Marching Band, Ron Miller, and Amethyst Kiah. We also want to thank Allie Delby for putting this video together. I personally know Allie, and she does incredible work. Thanks again, Allie. Now let's go out on a bright note that looks to the future. Here's a clip of last year's Global Street Fair. And let's just say we look forward to the day that we can all meet again in person. Thanks, everyone.
Every time